All right, for this video, we are going to be drawing, or tracing, I should say, something like this, but we're going to do that on the computer. Before we get started, I want to point out a few things because you need to start thinking a certain type of way, so that way you're more successful at tracing these objects on the computer or different things on the computer. So I'm going to tilt my screen down. And I'm sorry that the video might be a little bit choppy, but I'm just double checking. I'm sorry that the video is a little choppy or glitching, but you know, it's the best I have. So when we are working on projects like this and we're tracing it in the computer, the first thing you need to think of is that everything is a shape. So this is, yes, the outline, but you want to think of the outline as a shape. And when we go and trace this, we're going to trace it as a shape and not an outline. The inside is a separate shape, and you're going to trace that as a shape and not just a big or outline. It's not a single thing. It's a big shape. So what do I mean? So now I have two of these. So if you could imagine, this is the inside, this is the color, and the parts where it's separated by white, that would be the border or the outline color. But it's not an outline, it's a shape. So I'll put these two together. So I'm hoping there's a few students that can understand that. And I have this again to help you further understand. So this, so I have one that's a different drawing. So this is a different drawing. It just says hi. So I have one that is cut out. And this is just my outline. So that is the outline that you are now considering thinking of as a shape. And when you go and trace this out on the computer, you will trace the outline separate from the color. So you would end up having something like this when you do this on the computer. So this is the color. So let's say I already outlined this and then I wanted to add the color. I have to go and make a shape like this one and then put it inside. And this is the same thing, I just cut it out. So again, same thing for here, and this is my shape. I would cut it out. I mean, I would copy this on the computer and put it inside of it like that. And then this would go here. And pretty much we are recreating the same thing in the computer. So the lines are on top. This is on top, and the color goes underneath. This is a simplified version of what we're doing, but it's good for you to understand or see what this looks like in reality versus what it looks like on the computer. All right, enough said. Now let's do this on the computer. So we're going to be doing this one on the computer. The file for this it will be on Google Classroom. I'll tell you where to get that from. Well, I won't. You'll get it right in the same place where you'll get the video from. It's going to be right next to it. You'll click on that picture, download it to your computer or save it to your computer, and then you'll do insert image and upload from computer in Google Slides. So now let's go to Google Slides. Let me get off of here. Let me turn this camera on. And I'm already in Google Slides. By now you should know how to get there. We're going to go to the one that says blank slide, as always. Then we got to take out this click to add title and click to add subtitle. So I'm going to click here, click on the line, hit backspace on your keyboard so it deletes. Do that with this one. Click and deletear. And I'm gonna move this over. Always do that. Then I'm gonna go find my file. My file was already, I took a picture of it, so I already put it on my computer. You should be getting your file from Google Classroom. And if I'm walking you through on this, you're going to get it from wherever I say to get it from, which is going to be Google Classroom. But don't worry about that. All right, so there it is. It opens up. It's kind of all over the place because I didn't take that good of a picture, but it's good enough for now. First thing we're going to do is do our color. So that was the red. So you can choose a different color, but we're going to start with red. And then we're going to do our black outline or border color. So I'm going to click. I'm going to go up here to line. I'm going to hit the arrow next to line, and I am going to click the polyline. After I click that, I'm going to go hit my magnifying glass right here that says zoom. Click on that. It's going to zoom it in for me. No, it didn't zoom it in for me. I got to put it over here and then click. And that's good enough for now. I'll move this over to the center a little bit. And then I'm going to go back to the polyline. And now I'm ready. So when I'm adding my color, I'm going to do one letter at a time. You can do 2 letters at a time. That's fine. Maybe somewhere in between the U and the S. Actually, I can probably do U, S, and T, or S and T, or a couple of these I can do together, and I'll do them together. But you don't want to do too much at a time, because if the polyline messes up, you don't want to have to start all the way back over. So that's a good practice to only do a little bit at a time if you can. For this, you can, so we'll do it that way. Before we get started, we'll just do our quick practice so everybody knows how to use the polyline. I'm going to use this little area right here. So what the polyline does, it allows us to click and then move. So I'm moving down and then click again. Then I can move somewhere else. So now I'm moving to the right, then click and then move in another direction. And when I want to be finished with the shape that I'm creating, I just have to click exactly where I started. And once I do that, it fills in with a color. In this case, it filled in with this. It looks white, but it's like a light gray. All right. What can it do if it messes up? So if I click and then double click, it just stops working. So you don't want that. Sometimes you might want that, but you don't want that for this. Or if I click and then I don't move that much, you see I'm just going to move just a very little bit, it stops working. So those are the things you want to keep in mind. And that's why you don't want to do too much at once, because say if I start here and I want to go and do the whole Houston all together at one time and I mess up somewhere when I'm almost done, then I have to start over from scratch. So to avoid that, let's do a little bit at a time. So we're going to do Houston, the H first, not Houston. So H, and because I'm adding the red, which is going to be underneath of the black, I'm going to aim for the center of the black line. Not above the black line, not below, the center of the black line. So I'm going to click, and you don't have to be neat here, because remember, this red is going to be covered by the black line. And that's also why we're going for the center. So don't worry about it being really neat. You're just trying to get it so that way the red fills that whole section, or the whole H. It's going to fill it all the way in without you having to go back and fix it. You can fix it, but you don't want to have to worry about it so much. And that is the end of H. It filled in with that gray color. For now, I'm gonna switch it to red, and I'm going to take the border color off. I'm going to switch that later, but for now I'm gonna leave it that color. Actually, I'm gonna put the border color the same color for now. All right, so I'm gonna go back to polyline. I'm gonna do the O. So it's gonna be a little bit tricky because it's an O, but we'll be able to fix it, don't worry. And now I can't see the border here, but that's fine. It's O. And I know there's an opening here. I'll fix that later. Let's go get this U. And my color stayed the same. I don't know if that's just the computer helping me out or I selected something that usually doesn't happen. If that happens on yours, great. If it doesn't, well, you just have to change the color again. That typically happens. So I'm just clicking and moving, just making sure I move far enough away that it doesn't mess up or stop working. That's what I don't want. There's my U. And you see they're not good. These aren't good shapes. That's okay, because I remember they're going to be covered up by that black line. The black line is going to bring it all together. I'm going to do the S and this T together since they're really close anyhow. You don't have to do that, but it's going to be easier for me. If you were having a hard time, I would just stick with what you know and don't do anything new that would mess you up or jeopardize your ability to do it the way you need to. So here's my, almost done with my S here. And I have to do some finagling here. Or you know what, I'll close this part and I'll come back and fix it when I come back and fix my O's. Yeah, come back and fix my O's. All right, so that's my S and my T. That looks bad, I know. That's okay. Just leave it like that. And I can do the N and the O together also. And remember, I'm aiming for the center of the black line. There you go. And that's my N and my O. Doesn't look like an N and O now, but it is. This little extra piece, let's do it. I was going to say I wasn't going to do this little piece at the bottom, but let's get it done. I was going to leave it, but let's get this one piece, get this one piece. All right. So now it's time to go back and do the borders. So I'm going to click on whichever section. Maybe I can do 2 sections at a time here. And I'm going to go to the fill color and put transparent. I'm going to do that for this O here too. Fill color, transparent, and I'll do it here too, just to give me some space so I can see what I'm doing. Fill color, transparent. All right, now I'm going to go and get a different line tool, and I'm going to get the curve tool. I'm choosing to do the curve tool so that way it gives me more like fluent and curvy like lines. So now I'm going to go and basically trace the outline. When I trace the outline, you need to remember that I'm going to go around everything. I don't want it to feel the inside. I want it to feel the border. So at some point I might have to loop back around, but I want it to, when the color fills in, I want it to fill in the border. And I'll give you a quick example of what I mean. So I'm over here. Oh, hold on. There we go. Well, here. So I'm over here. So I'm going to click, 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 and click, and I'm just going to do this top half. I'm not going to do the whole thing. This is just the example one. Click, 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 click. Then I'm turning here. Click, 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 and click. So it filled in the border. So what if I were done, I would fill this in with black and take the border color. I'm sorry, that's like double border, but take the border color off. And then I would have my black line. And then I can come back to this letter and then say red again. And then this will fix most of my mistakes. Does that, hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to keep going after this. Let me switch this back so I can see. And I'm going to take this practice one off, delete, get my tool. So again, before I just go for it, what I want to do is to draw or trace around this border, the black border. So that way, when the shape fills in, or when I create my shape, it's only the border color. Just remember, I know you can't see that good because I'm in the top corner. Just remember this. I only want to trace the black. And I think that's going to be confusing, but you guys can figure it out, or you can ask me questions. All right, so click, click. And I'm only doing the H here. I'm not going to do too much, because if I do too much, then I have to start all the way back over if I mess up. In the case that I mess up, I have to start all the way back over. I don't want that. I do foresee a problem because I didn't change the color on that little bottom piece. But for now, I'm just going to keep going. And I'm not going to connect the shape when I get back to where I started. I'm just going to turn around, but I'm going to get really close to where I started. So if you can imagine, I'm tracing the inside of the H. So I'm almost back to where I started. I don't want to go back there. So I'm going to go and kind of cheat here, go up, and I cut through. And now I'm going to trace the outside of the H. So now I'm doing the outside of the H. And here's my first problem area. I needed to change the color of this bottom piece to red. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying when I say that. If not, that's okay. Just try to follow what I'm doing best you can. And now I have another little problem. I gotta move this down. Please don't mess up. All right, did not mess up. Click, 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 click. Now I have to move it back up. All right, we're still safe here. Click, click, click. And now I'm going to click here, and now I'm going to connect it. And bam. And now it turned white. That's unfortunate, but I can change the color. Bam. And then click my H. Bam. So I need to fix those sections that are in here. I can do that later. I'm going to take this take the fill color off of this. And now it's starting to look more like the drawing already. Is it exactly the same? No, but it's very close. And there's a little problem section here, but that's not a big deal. That's an easy fix. So before I even get going, let me take these off. Take that one off, the fill color. All right, so I can see my outlines. and I should be good to go. All right, let's go. Back to the curve tool. And let's do this circle. I'll start over here, so that way if I have a mess up, which I know the circle is going to have, you don't see it. So it's going to be behind the H stuff, the H sections. Oh, and I just messed up real bad. You see that? So good thing I wasn't halfway all the way over here tracing everything. So let me take that off. I don't know why it bounced like that, but all right. Let's try this again. Just clicking and moving. I'm doing the outside of the circle. Then I'm gonna loop back around. Bam. Let's make that black. Border color gone. Let's do the inside. Inside's gonna be a little bit more difficult, but that's okay. And I probably should zoom in here, but I'm trying to hurry up. Then I'm gonna cut across and go back. Oh, messed up. I'm gonna leave it like that for now because I can come back and fix that. And I want my video time to be down. I don't want my video to get too long. Somebody's gonna be complaining, your videos are too long. And I don't know how to do it because your video is so long. Instead of actually sitting and do the video, somebody's going to rather complain about the length of the video. Doesn't make sense to me. Makes sense to you guys though. All right, we're going on the outside of the U. Doing this kind of quick. That's okay. Gonna loop back. Almost done. And connect. Turns white. See, it's not doing that red like we did earlier. That's gonna give us that white every time, huh? All right, we got that. And let's fill this in so you can feel like you're getting it done. Bam. Bam. And this right here, I know you're going to say, well, it's over top. That's okay. And actually, I kind of like the way this O looks right here. So maybe I'll leave it like that. I don't know. Okay, let's get this S. I do see a slight problem right here, but I'll fix that in a minute. I'll fix that when I come back. S, working on the outside of the S. And somehow I got mixed up, so now I'm on the inside of the S. Okay, that's fine. We're going to keep it rolling. Yeah, I think I'm gonna mess up pretty bad for this S. That's okay. Just gonna keep on going. Got tricked up in here. Tripped up, I think. But we'll see what happens at the end because I know for a fact that most of it will be done and I can fix most of it. All right, what happened? So in here, I got messed up. As you can see, it's kind of missing. And I don't know why it turned red. That's weird. Figured I wanted red. I don't want red. And there's a little section here we got to get. This is easier, though. This is a real easy section. It's very small, but it's an easy section. Ah, goodness, messed up. Back. You know what? For this easy section, I'm just going to make it all black. Save me the trouble. I'm just going to make it all black. Sometimes you'll have to do that. You'll know when. Hopefully you'll know when. Or you'll ask me, Mr. James, is this when? Oh, I know it. Okay, I can't make the fill color on this one until I'm done the T. Because I forgot. But that's okay. All right, come on, T. Working on the outside of the T. T should be easy. Not as hard as the S. S was tricky. Working on the outside of the S. Or the outside portion of the border. Did I say S? I meant to say T. That's okay. I don't remember what I said. I'll hear what I said later when I watch the video. All right, there's my T. Switch, giving me red now. Transparent, sorry. And then click on both of those and then say red. Looking good. I got some mess ups in here, but it's okay. And move this over some because me and the little corner is in the way. And finish her up. Got this O. O's are easy. Outside portion of the O. Move it back around. Inside portion of the O. And then close it off. Bam. Make it black. Take the border color off, and now we're looking good. I'm gonna do the same thing I did with that other O, kind of like make it look like that. It's not gonna be the same, but I'm gonna make it close as I can. Oh my God, that's gonna have to do it. Totally just messed up on me. Good thing that's an O. All right. Next, we got the N. Last but not least, outside portion of the N. N should not be as tricky as the S, hopefully. And I'm forgetting the little line at the bottom. No. I gotta start over. It's all good. So there's your example of what happens when you mess up. And good thing I wasn't doing all of the words together as one. That would have been horrible. All right, inside of the N. Here we go. Come on. This is where I messed up before. Let's not do it again. Yeah, here we go. We're past it. We're past it. I'm about to mess up. Oh no. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're bringing it home. Last section. Last little bit. Come on. All right, this is like the bottom part where I messed up before. Let me just, I don't know where to go. All right. Here we are. Here we are. Finish. All right. Man. Louisa's Jesus. And let's get that red on there. Bam. That looks good. All right. And I forgot about this section, but this is going to be an easy one. Curve tool. I'm going to do the inside this time. On the inside of this line part, a little extra piece at the bottom. Bringing it up. Coming back down. Here we go. 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 There. Got him. All right. Put that black. Take this off of here. What am I doing? Taking that off of there. And then click on the outside somewhere. Click on the inside somewhere. Make it red there. Take the border off of there. And then I can go to zoom and go to zoom and say fit. And then I can take this. No, I just did that wrong. Go to zoom, say fit, click the arrow, click the picture, move the picture. Bam. And that's kind of what I got. So if you got to here, that's pretty good. This is not that bad. I'm just going to go and fix some of my mistake areas. So let's come in here. Let me get my tool here. And what am I talking about? My mistake area. So I'm going to go to zoom again. So right there, look at that. What is that doing? So let's go fix that. There we are. That looks bad now, but in a second, it's going to look amazing. Nobody's ever going to know. Look, nobody's going to know that's a mess up. Let's go try to find the next one. Oh, what's going on here? It's messing up on me. There we are. There's the next one. Right there. Bam. Bam. Let's switch these colors on here. Bam. 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 Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know. They're going to think I did it perfect. Uh-oh. Got to fix this S. Come on, S. Let's get fixed. I'm having trouble right here. All right, here we go. This is where I got mixed up at. Bam. 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 Let's switch the colors on that. Oh, not that one. Here. Bam. Nobody's going to know. Who's going to... Oh, well, this part's messed up right here. Get off of there. Get off of this piece that I don't want you to... Okay, here we go. Then we're going to fix this part. Bam. 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 All right, change the colors. Nobody's going to know. Who's going to know? Where else? Where else? I think I'm good. Okay. So then the only other little, oh, come on, thing is going crazy on me. Let me zoom back out so it's not too, I can't see. All right, so then it's just the S right here. That needs to be white. So we're going to cheat. You know, I'm going to fix this too since I'm here. You see this this piece of my circle is over top of this. So let's fix that. I'm going to zoomer, zoom it. Then I'm gonna click this arrow. Then I'm gonna click, and guess what? I'm gonna click again. Nope, I gotta double click. Bam, and then you see these little bubbles come up, and watch this. Move over here. Just click on the circles and move it where I wanna go. And move that one too. And guess what? Guess what? Nobody's gonna know. Look at that. That looks perfect. Nobody's ever gonna guess. They're gonna be like, you're perfect. All right. Then I gotta fix this one. Watch this. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna get this. Click. I'm gonna click. Well, I'm gonna go backwards then. I'm gonna click. Click. And look how sloppy I'm doing it. You're like Mr. James. You're just being sloppy all on the thing. Watch this though. Look. Oh no, that's not right. Yes, it is. Watch this. Let me change this just to white. Then I'm gonna change this to none. And then it's on top. It's on top of everything. So I'm gonna say control, hold the control button, hit down. Oh, I gotta do it again. Oh, hit it again. All right, wait, now it's not fixing. Now I got a problem. Oh, there it is. I had to hit it a few times. That's okay. See, I had to hit it a few times, and then nobody's gonna know. They're not gonna say I messed up. Nobody's gonna know. Look at that. No, who would think that I messed up there? That's not a mess up. Nobody's gonna know. But this is it. So this is my digital art version. This is my original version. Looks close the same. I mean, I could have done the O's the same way I did that little piece for the S right here. But I mean, I kind of like the way these are. And plus that made it easier for me to do. Last thing, with anything that you work on like this, you want to go and group. I just selected it. I put the box around it. Then we're going to go to group. And for stuff like this, you can go and you can put more details on it. So what do I mean when I say more detail? So I just grouped it. Hold on. Let me ungroup that. Oh, what did I just do? I don't know. Link object. I don't want to link an object. Arrange and what? All right, hold on. I'm kind of stuck here. Let me see what it's talking about. Arrange. Okay, maybe I did go back. Whatever. So let's say I want to put a shadow in here. So this is what you'll do for you anime fans that understand me when I say add a shadow. So the light, let's say the light is coming from this side. I can go with this S tool. And then I can go and say click, 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 click. And this is just going to be a quick example. Click, 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 click. And let me go up some. Click, click. And okay, it looks sloppy now, but I'm gonna go say dark red, and then I'm gonna say border off, and then I would go and say go down. So I'm gonna hold control and down, and do it again until it goes underneath of the line. Come on, get under there. There we go. So now I went under, and then when I come back out, hopefully you understand. Hopes are that you understand. So then I have my little shadow piece. And then what I would do is I would go and put a shadow on each letter, just like that. If we have time in class, I'll go over that. But if not, or if you got it to, that was extra. If you got it to here, you are done. There's nothing else you can do. If you want to go and test your abilities, go add those shadows and see if you can do that. But again, this is my original over here, Houston. And this is my digital Houston. That's it for this video. Hopefully you guys got that. Please turn this in. Post it on the project that this is for on Google Classroom, where it says you'll click the assignment, you'll say view assignment, and then you will say add or create and link this file that you made to the Google Classroom assignment. That is all. Be excellent.